Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sana IE. I'm your host, EXO. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. For anybody out there, get some tacos for your boy. Man, I don't know where to start. I'm just hyped because this week, it's the week before Thanksgiving. And the NBA, a lot is going on in the NBA right now, as well as far as trades are going on this week. Free agency is at the end of this week. The draft is tomorrow. Shout out to my Golden State Warriors. I want to see what we're going to do. Honestly, I believe we should pick up James Wiseman, but we're going to see what happens. But man, it's just overall, it's that time of the year. I'm really grateful and thankful getting towards Thanksgiving as well as Christmas and just being more appreciative of life and the people around me. And I'm just grateful for everything and everyone, like I said, around me. And I can't wait for y'all to hear the upcoming episodes. Next week, I got a good episode coming up. Trying to get together where I'm getting an interview down. And this interview, I believe, will be very insightful. But on the other hand, we are here with Tuesday, a week before Thanksgiving. And I know y'all sitting around like, man, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. Y'all ready to pig out, eat out. I am too. I got a lot of food that I'm ready to eat that I'm just thinking about right now. But it's Tuesday. Hey, y'all came here for a podcast episode. And today, I got my quotes of the day, but I want to discuss paying yourself first. I've been hearing that a lot lately, so I had to see, what is paying yourself first consist of? What are the steps? What do you have to do to pay yourself first? And as an entrepreneur, like myself, and as an entrepreneur that we're in that season, so paying yourself first is very vital. And I've started to doing the research on what paying myself first consists of, as well as how do I start paying myself first. And I've started in different ways, in many ways, but we'll get on with that. But right now, let's flip to the quotes of the day. My first quote is, be all in or get all out. There's no halfway. There's no half-assing. And it comes down to you either going to give it your all or you just going to get out. There's no half-assing. Don't be halfway in, halfway out when it comes to anything in life. Always be certain. Always be decisive on what you want to accomplish and what you're doing. Don't be second-guessing yourself. And like I said, don't be teetering in, halfway in the door, halfway out. Be fully committed to whatever you're doing. If you're not being fully committed because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna fuck up or I'm gonna make a mistake or I'm gonna fail. Nah, failing, last episode I discussed, failing is a part of life. It's a stepping stone on success. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to give it your all just because you're afraid to because you're already doubting yourself. You have that self-doubt in your mind, and that's why you're halfway in, halfway out with whatever you're choosing to be not fully committed when you know you should be fully committed to something. So whatever is on your mind and you know you should be fully committed to it, but you're second guessing yourself and you're questioning it, stop questioning it. It's either, like the quote says, be all in or get all out. There's no halfway. And my next quote is, when people don't want the best for you, they're not the best for you. And that's facts. Whoever's around you right now, whether it's your family members, your peers, your coworkers, or anybody like that, they should always want the best for you. And if they don't want the best for you, then they're not the best for you. Simple as that. Damn, I love that quote. Once again, that quote is, when people don't want the best for you, they are not the best for you. And the other quote is, be all in or get all out. There's no halfway. And that's facts, man. Anything you're doing right now, please be all in or get all out. Stop wasting your time teetering over, should I do this or should not do this? No, be all in or get all out. And we on to the subject of the day. I just want to have this one main subject of paying yourself first, because I've been doing my research on it. And I'm like, hell yeah, we should pay ourselves first. And I've been doing that myself. I honestly started a few months ago, started paying myself first in different ways. And what does pay yourself first mean? That you should pay your own savings and investments. accounts first. You are paying for your future self by saving for your long-term needs. So basically paying yourself first is paying your future self before your current self, your present self. Because I feel like personally, the present is taken care of in a way. But how's your future looking when it comes to finances or any financial issues? So paying yourself first, paying into that savings, your long-term savings, or any investment accounts that you have, whether it's stocks or bonds or any real estate plans that you plan on owning or building, or even paying yourself first by investing in a business or your future self or your career versus just paying all the bills and other things first. What I started doing, I started paying myself first as well. First, I'm gonna give y'all some examples of what paying yourself first consists of. Then I'm gonna lay out what I did or explain what I did. For example, putting money into your retirement accounts like a 401k or a Roth IRA, or buying insurance like life insurance or long-term disability care. Paying into a health savings account. This is the next one I always talk about, which is creating an emergency fund and paying off debts. And that's what it really comes down to. When you pay yourself first, you are prioritizing your long-term financial well-being rather than focus only on immediate needs such as bills and entertainment. You pay your future self first by saving before you do any other spending. And when it comes to spending, that goes to expenses. And we all have expenses. Your expenses break down into two categories. You have the mandatory expenses, which include rent, electricity, things you need to live a healthy life like food or medication, and things you need maybe for your job or work, or even transportation, things like that. And then we have our discretionary expenses, which comes to entertainment, clothing, travel, home decor, new electronics, a new iPhone, eating out, streaming accounts, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, or even gym memberships. Those are our discretionary expenses, and it breaks down to those two. You either have your mandatory or your discretionary expenses. Me, myself, what I started doing, I started my savings and I put it as a mandatory expense. Every week, every day, when I get paid, I cut out that 15% and I pay it off like it's a bill, and that's all going to my savings, and I don't look back. Because that's paying myself first to paying my future self, or paying for any long-term investments that I have coming up, where I'm paying for that as well as handling my mandatory expenses. I shouldn't have to pay myself last when it comes to my savings or my future self or my long-term goals or long-term investments. Pay yourself first is paying what you have to pay first. Pay your future self first, then handle all the other mandatory expenses. And by paying yourself first, I'm focusing on my long-term financial well-being. It converts saving money from a desire into a necessity. After you pay your mandatory expenses, you'll know how much you have for discretionary spending or discretionary expenses. And y'all bet you're wondering, how do I pay myself first? I know it sounds daunting, especially if you struggle to keep up with your current bills and the bill cycle right now. But not everything is impossible. When there's a will, there's a way. Especially when it comes to your bills, I always talk about budgeting, creating a monthly, weekly, yearly budget for yourself. And another thing, I'll say that for last. But budgeting yourself out. But if you break everything down to manageable goals within your budget, it'll be easier to save. Paying yourself first is one of the pillars of personal finance and is considered the golden rule. Did you know 60% of Americans don't have $1,000 saved for an emergency fund or for in case an emergency happens? 60%. Are you a part of that 60%, or are you a part of the 40% that has up to $1,000 saved in case an emergency happens? We all know emergency happens, especially this year with the pandemic that's going on. It's like a lot of people lost their jobs. Unemployment hit skyrocketed. And it's like, why not prepare yourself for the emergencies that happen? Emergencies happen in life. And it's like, you gotta start building that emergency fund as well as having the long-term savings accounts ready. So with that being said, it's like, why not make that, it said, paying yourself first is one of the pillars of personal finance and considered the golden rule. It's a golden rule to pay yourself first before you do anything else. So paying yourself first pay you the long-term deals, the long-term investments. Look into your IRA. Look into your 401k. Look into the long-term disability care, the healthcare savings. Look into creating an emergency fund because, like I said, emergencies happen. Look long-term, but it's always paying yourself first. Like I said, make it a necessity where you're paying that 50% out of every check is going to a savings or going somewhere where you're paying yourself first. And trust me, it's going to be benefit and you're going to love it in the long run. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't want to pay themselves first? Especially with everything that's going on. I love that. But I'll be right back with Sana IE. Quick facts. Did you know only 23% of Americans have enough emergency savings to cover 6 months of expenses? And 26% have no emergency savings at all. That is mind blowing. Only 23% of Americans have enough emergency savings to cover 6 months of expenses. That's half a year, people. We have to do better and do more. That's why I'm talking about paying yourself first. That emergency fund needs to be very vital to you. And it starts off, you can just put $5 to $10 away a week or whatever you're making and put $100 away a week. Just deviate it out within your budget. And let's put that rate higher to where it's not 23%. So where it goes to 75% of Americans have enough emergencies to cover 6 months of expenses. Fuck it. I'd rather do a whole year. But only 23%. 23%. That is crazy. That is like real crazy to me that only 23% say they have enough to cover 6 months of expenses. And then 26% have no emergency savings at all. And then another poll by the Employee Benefit Research Institute shows only 18% of workers are very confident they'll have enough money saved for retirement. 18%. And we all should start saving towards retirement now. But 18%, people, that makes no sense. That's 18% are very confident that they'll have money for retirement. That's mind-blowing to me because it's like retirement's here. I know we're all going racing, just in the rat race, stuck in the rat race, that we don't look up towards retirement. But retirement is a thing, and it should be discussed more within the culture, because I feel like it's not discussed as much as within the Hispanics, the blacks, and the Hispanics and black culture personally. So I believe we should discuss that more, especially retirement. You shouldn't want to be in a job or in a career forever and ever. No, you should, like, usual retirement age is what, 65? It's like, fuck that. Let's cut it down to 45. Let's put that work in, put that time in, especially in the era we're in now where we can create businesses and create investments and do investments and get the research and get the knowledge to where we can retire early within anything that we're doing. It's not the career path is like, yeah, we can stand there long term, but it's like, why stand there long term when there's other things in life that you can't do that the life is calling you to do? I know we all have different passions and everything, but when it comes to retirement, we should start planning for that now. Start putting in our budget, looking at IRAs, looking at our 401ks and see how can we invest into our retirement and how can we retire earlier than the common retirement rate. So that's just tough to me. And another poll says, well, along with the retirement, your nest egg is your responsibility. And you're like, oh, what's my nest egg? Your nest egg is that retirement money that you can live comfortably on and you can just relax. It shouldn't be 6 months worth of expenses, even though we're talking about now. It should be 2 to 3, maybe 5 years worth of expenses, or 5 to 10 years worth of retirement savings, to where you're retired and saved and you don't have to worry about anything. You can just relax. You can go lay out on a beach and just chill for the next 3 to 5 years. But it all starts now, what we do now, putting that time in, putting that money in, making them investments, and looking into which retirement accounts work for us or benefit us. And there's tons of them out there. So that's a big thing about paying yourself first, because you're paying for your future self. So I'll give y'all a brief break and I'll be right back with Sana E. Some more quick facts. I know y'all thinking like, yeah, I want to save for my retirement. How can I do it? But it's like my paycheck covers damn near every bill that I have. So how do I start? Where do I start? And it says 53% of workers in the EBRI poll say that the cost of living and day-to-day expenses are the biggest obstacles to saving. The day-to-day expenses, the day-to-day living. And that's what it comes down to, creating that budget. What do you make weekly? What do you make bi-weekly? What do you make monthly? What do you make annually? And just breaking it down into smaller goals. You don't have to have the living day-to-day expenses. You can combine your budget with, let's say you have a partner, and combine the budget with the partner and deviate it like that. Or even if you do it yourself, to where you creating that budget so you can know you're saving, because you're thinking long term. It's all about thinking long term. The short term goals, the short term joys, yeah, they're going to be there, but it's like long term, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. What age do you want to retire at? Whatever age you want to retire at, start saving that money now. Figure out how to save it. There's many ways to save it. There's mentors out there. There's knowledge out there. You know, Google is just a click away, or you got Siri on your phone. That's all just a click away, a talk away, versus you can just ask the questions and the answers will pop up right there for you. But it's all about applying pressure on yourself, disciplining yourself, and saying what matters more, the short-term joy or the long-term benefits. And that's what it comes down to, because I know it is that short-term satisfaction. Ooh, it's so good. Ooh, I can do this now, yada, yada. I don't want to worry about 10 years from now. But when them 10 years come, you look back like, damn, I wish I would have started saving. Now I got to do this extra work, put this extra work in. But it's like, nah, start saving now. Do the right steps now, so you don't have to get caught up in the 10 year, when 10 years happen, 15 years happen, and you're looking back like, damn, maybe I should have listened to XO when he said that on the podcast and start saving for my retirement. Start paying myself first. So it's like, start now. Don't give yourself excuses. Remember, it goes back to the quote, be all in or get all the way out. And I want everybody to be all in so we can raise this retirement savings, so we can all be more comfortable and more confident in what we're saving. So we have 2 years worth of savings saved up, where we're saving for our retirement, where we have the long-term disability care saved up, where we're investing in our health savings account. So all that builds up to, where do we start? We start now. Start with what you have, which is looking back at your expenses, looking at your budget, looking at last month's expenses, looking at the month before expenses, and start budgeting yourself out, disciplining yourself and knowing, yeah, I know I can go buy that new iPhone, but my phone works perfectly. Or yeah, I can stream Netflix, but I'd rather go on YouTube and learn how I can invest into my future. Doing the little things like that helps out in the long term, helps you out in the long run. So it's better to get started sooner than later, so your money can start growing. But appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I'll give y'all a brief break, and I'm gonna be right back with the recap. As well as, I just want to give y'all like some of the quick some not quick, but some of the apps that I use personally too to help out when it comes to budgeting and finances. One of them is the app Digit that you can search for. Search for the app Digit. As well as the next app will be Robinhood. That's about investments and future investments and investing in different stocks. Check out Robinhood. Check out Stash app. That's another investment app. As well as the app Sweatcoin that collects every time you walk and counts your steps and gives you certain amount for that. Let me see what else. What are the apps I got for y'all? I'm trying to figure them all out right now. There's the Mint app that you can use too. And that calculates all your bills, all your expenses, looks for different credit cards, different savings accounts, different things to where you're checking out and being on top of yourself and what you have to do. The Mint, it's called Mint. It's a personal finance and money app. Like I said, it does all your personal finances for you. Got all the accounts, all your credit cards, all your investments, all of your net worth, and it does the savings for you. You can save for a rainy day, you can save for a home, save for a car, save for a trip, improve your home or something else. So check out the Mint app, and it's very beneficial. I like it. Like I said, it lists out all your different personal finances, the net worth, your credit score, different credit cards, different bills. It's like a one big finance app, all in one, fit just for you. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Like I said, the Mint app, the Digit app, Stash, Robinhood, those are investment apps. Also check out Every Dollar. That's a budgeting app that you can check out too to budget your finances and do your finances like that. So check those apps out. Let me know what y'all think. But we on to the recap. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in to the show, man. I know it's Tuesday. Hope this episode helps you out where you want to pay yourself, where you're like, fuck that. I'm done doing all the bullshit. I got to pay myself first. I'm looking ahead towards the future. I want to save up. I want to leave wealth for my kids and give an inheritance to my kids. And I want to change the status quo, change how the culture is operating right now. And it all starts with me, starts with us. So, like I said, I hope this episode helped you out to where you're paying yourself first. If you are paying yourself first, let me know. I want to know what you started doing, how you're paying yourself first, how you're paying yourself first, and the steps you're doing and what you did to start paying yourself first. Let me know, as well as leaving reviews. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or any podcast app, leave a review, leave a 5-star review. Let me know what you think of the show. Follow us on social media at Sanai Podcast. I was about to say the website. Website coming soon, by the way. But follow us at Sanai Podcast on any social media platform, as well as get on our emailing list. If you got an email, Gmail, anything of that nature, hit me up at sanaiepodcast@gmail.com. Like, hey, XO, add me to the mailing list, and I got a surprise for you when you do that. But let's get on with the recap. And we started off with the quotes of the day. The first quote is, be all in or get all out. Simple as that. There's no halfway. There's no half-assing. Apply pressure. Be all in. Put yourself all into what you have to do. We all got that. Like me right now, I'm either all in or all out. I've been fucking up on my working out. So me, I'm going to be all in and get my ass in the gym, and to get in the gym and stay focused on working out and doing what I have to do, because it all starts with me, starts with working out, because it's just like a domino effect to everything else. So it's either you're going to be all in or get all the way out. And then me, I like to be all in. My next quote is, when people don't want the best for you, they're not the best for you. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You have to surround yourself with people who always want the best for you. We don't need them negative energies around us. We don't need them doubters, them haters, none of that around us. Because it's like, for what? We have too much we want to accomplish. Time is ticking. Time is wasting. We're in a pandemic. So if you ain't want the best for me, then you're not the best for me. Adios, amigo. And that's facts. And then we talked about paying yourself first. Wherever you're at right now, pay yourself first. We all get paid on a weekly basis. Cut off them 15%. Pay yourself that 15%. Put that 15% into the savings, to your emergency fund, to any investments, but pay yourself first. Think about the long-term benefits, the long-term gains. The short-term temptations are always there. But it's like, let's look ahead towards the future. You want to learn how to read the future, predict the future. You create the future while what you're doing in the present. So what you're doing right now is all shaping how your future will look. So it all starts of how can I discipline myself right now to look ahead towards the future and pay myself first. Paying myself first. How do you want to live in the future? Do you want to be living check to check in the future, or do you want to be financially comfortable, financially stable, financially independent? It all starts now. It starts about what you do now. Pay yourself first. Split up the mandatory expenses from the discretionary expenses. Do the savings. Like I said, 60% of Americans don't have $1,000 saved when an emergency comes up. Emergencies happen. It's a part of life. Man, I honestly hope this episode helps you out. You should send this to a friend, share it with a friend, share it with somebody who you think, who knows, hey, you need to start budgeting, you need to start saving for your retirement, you need to look at this, you need to do all these little things and start now. It all starts now, it all starts with us. Let's all change the culture, change how we see retirement, see investments, see saving, see into savings. But it all starts with us. It all starts with you. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll be back with y'all again on Friday. But let me leave y'all with this. You will end up really disappointed if you think people will do for you as you do for them. Not everyone has the same heart as you. Have a good week.